Joe Tamargo from WetheadPumpRepair.com. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be how to take apart and put back together the famous AO Smith Super Pump, Maxiflow, or most of the motors that are used with AO Smith or Hayward, okay? This is called a UST 1102 or 1152 if you want to call it by that. Okay, it's the same thing as a Hayward Super Pump motor. There's many different names for it depending on what manufacturer or what pump it came on. Okay, so the big question is, how do you take it apart and how do you put it back together? So the thing is, there's some things we're going to show you in this video, and there's some other things we're going to show you and refer you to other videos so you can get a better understanding of how they do come apart. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to remove, what I've already done is your capacitor, your motor switch, and the governor, which is in the back of the motor. Okay? The capacitor basically removes with a little screw right here. You've probably already done that since you've got this far to this video. The little switch right here, bolts on here, the same thing. You remove that with the nut driver. And then the governor has a series of springs and other stuff just like this that you have to remove. Now, if you want to know how to remove the governor, okay, we have another video on the YouTube channel called How to Remove Your AO Smith Governor. You can check out that video. It's an up-close look on how do you actually remove it, how it works, and everything else. Okay, so once you have removed your capacitor, your motor switch, and your governor, what you want to do next thing is remove your through bolts. These are the bolts that go through the motor just like this, okay? I've already loosened my bolts up to make it easy for me to show you, so you want to go ahead and remove the 4 through bolts that kept out of the back of this motor, okay? So remember, I've already loosened mine up, and if you have through bolts that don't loosen up and they're stuck, go to YouTube or go to the website, WetheadPumpRepair.com, and we have videos that will show you how to remove stuck through bolts. Okay, so once you remove those 4 through bolts, you'll be able to take a hammer, and you want to knock off the front end bell just like this. Okay, once you tap that out, you'll be able to slide, a little bit more on that one. I was just kind of jumping the gun. You want to tap that out just like that. Okay, and that is inside there is your shaft. Now, if you're rebuilding the UST 1152 or 1102, that takes a 6203 bearing in the back and a 6203 bearing in the front. Okay, so now the next step is to take your nut driver and to remove this little center clip that holds on, okay, the front end bell. Of course, now I've loosened mine up because I want to show you a video. Then you're just going to tap the end bell. Okay, a few times just like this. And once you tap the end bell a few times, your front end bell will come off just like that, okay? So there you go. There's your front bearing, 6203. Your rear bearing, 6203. Hayward Super Pump motor, UST 1102. 1152, you need a 6203 in front, 6203 in the back. You can get those at WetheadPumpRepair.com. Now, next thing you want to do is inspect your rear end bell. Now, a lot of guys always ask me, where do these little center pieces go? See, I just pulled them out of here. You got a couple washers. You got like a flat round washer here. See that one? And you got another one here too, it's little wafer washers. Okay, those 3 washers go in the rear end bell. So knock off your rear end bell. Make sure they're not sitting inside the bottom of the motor here. Make sure you find the little washers. You place them back right inside the end bell, just like that, okay? Tuck them right in there. You want to add a little grease to hold them in place. That's cool too. The next thing you want to do is you want to put together your bolt assembly that you took out, which is this little assembly here that holds the bearing in place. You'll hold one side in the back, and then you screw it through like this, okay? So just right through your end bell. Now I'm doing this fast, of course, because I want to show you how to rebuild this motor in under 5 minutes. Okay, and then you can go home and do it yourself. Might take a little longer. So now I've got my piece in there just like that. Okay, I'm going to take my bearings and I put it right in there like that. Okay, give a couple taps to my front end bell, which gets my bearing right on. Now, I know my bearing clips are in the back, so I'm going to take my motor shaft and I'm going to stick it right through here. Okay, remember the fins, okay, there's fins on here. The fins always go on the bottom, or you can mark the motor with a nut driver or something like that. Okay, so once you get like that, okay, what you're going to do is I'm just going to tap this in place just like this. Okay, I've got my front there. Now I take my rear end bell and I'm going to position it right on the back here. Okay, just like this. Now I'm going to take my hammer and I'm going to tap these little points here. Okay, there you go. You want to be nice and careful. Tap that on. Now you don't have to tap it all the way on. What you can do now is take your through bolts, slide them right through back in your motor again. Okay? And you want to slide these through bolts up and you want to tighten them with your nut driver. Now when you tighten your through bolts, you'll see that the motor casings will start coming together, so you want to tighten in a star pattern. Okay, you want to tighten, 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 then tighten. So tighten them down, tap on your end bells, just like that, and then retighten them again. All right, so this is Joe Tamargo from WetHeadPumpRepair.com. Let's do a quick review. I talk real fast, but let's do a wrap up here. In under 5 minutes, okay, I just showed you now how to rebuild an AO Smith Super Pump motor, otherwise known as a UST 1102 or 1152. Okay, the motor you saw, uses a 16203 bearing in the front, 16203 bearing in the back. All the parts are available for immediate shipment at WetHeadPumpRepair.com. If you have any questions, give us a call. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.